Driver change coming up here too. Klaus Niedzwitz going to get into the car. On the opposite side to our camera, of course, left-hand drive. Our Motorcraft's pit report speaks for itself, as you can see, the frenzied action on behalf of the Eggenberger team. Yep.
Yeah, it looks as if
Tires,
it was a fuel problem.
Fuel and a driver change, so yeah, it must have been fuel.
Juan Manuel Fangio II, the nephew of the 5-time World Formula One champ, and they've been doing a very good job. Consistent, smooth, sure, and at the moment, I'd say they're looking at quite a reasonable finish in the top 10. Gary Brabham has come to terms with this type of racing quite quickly. Fangio now pulls the car out of the pits in a time of 50 seconds.
Meanwhile, at the top of Mount Panorama, Wynn Percy is just trying to limp around, heading back to pit lane. Whether or not Wynn can just coast it down through Caltech's chase. Yes, that says it all. Alan Grice stands just watching the car roll in to the pits. Wynn Percy gave the race a great shake.
Win any indication of what the problem is?
Yeah, it's the axle.
This really is bad news. We'll go for the Bob Jane car. They've done so well.
Well, Peter Brock's car running strongly. Of course, the 05 car is out. The number 10 car is running. David Parsons is at the wheel, but there is no doubt the man that masterminds the Mobile Dealer team effort is Peter Brock, the winningest man at Mount Panorama, the top name in touring car racing.
Here's the scrap coming for second spot as Glenn Seaton moves to the inside, and he's getting a bit of a working over from Johnny Chicotto. Chicotto moves to the outside to get the line for the turn. Seaton dials in right behind him. Over the curb coming out of there. Bridgestone Bridge is coming up.
You mentioned the Grice car a moment ago, Mike. It's just been pushed away, so the race has been run for Alan Grice and
Look at this. Johnny Chicotto. This is heady stuff. The little Bimmer trying to hold out the Peter Jackson Nissan Skyline. Glenn, fairly cool, just acknowledges to Freddie Gibson, team manager, goes past, dives down here on the inside and says, make your arrangements, John. See ya.
Steve Soper, of course, driving the lead car, number 6 at the moment. Hope you've also got your raincoat with you, because it is about to bucket down at Mount Panorama. Our 7 chopper pilot, Frank Van Ries, reports very, very heavy showers just the other side of the mountain and heading in this direction. It could put a different complexion on the top 10 in the great race for 1987.
A fierce storm moving in over Mount Panorama. Spots of rain already appearing on the screen of Glenn Seaton's Peter Jackson Nissan Skyline.
And along the pit lane, Mark, the team managers frantic, the crews getting out the wet weather tyres in preparation for a swarm of pit stops as the showers sweep in, driven by a very strong west to southwest wind. Persistent rain, although that one big...
Oh, he's got it sideways. Had to fight for that to get it back on the road. Very dramatic pictures coming to you.
Dangerous moments here.
Now, if he's having problem with the turbo Nissan, you can imagine the strife that Steve Soper is having with wheel spin in the Sierra.
Every time they change gear. Oh, goodness.
Oh. I used to drive a go-kart. He's as safe as the Bank of England.
Well, I hope you're right.
He's one of the good old boys from karting, Glenn.
I hope you're right for Frank Gibson's sake.
Oh, don't prove me wrong, Glenn. Oh, Glenn. Now, you can see the dilemma. Does he go into the pits and he'll have to put wets on? He's going to end up with a bigger problem. He's going to be out of tyres, then given another 10 laps because the track will be dry.
Well, if you look at the screen, the rain has stopped now. He switched the wiper off, so obviously there's not so much rain on the top of the mountain, so I would say that they'll all stay on dry tyres.
Probably. Order is still the same. Soper leading from the second Texaco Sierra. Glenn Seaton is third. George Fury is fourth. Chicotto is fifth. Brock is sixth. And our boys are on the spot in the pits. Could we be in for a pad change?
Doesn't seem so. Change of tyres, change of driver. Klaus Ludwig back in the car. Niedzwitz just helping him adjust the straps. Set, ready to go. Load of fuel. No, if there is a problem, it's they obviously don't think it's serious enough to attend to it this time. Some drama here in the pits at the BMW team. I think it involves Roberto Ravalia. Apparently the car came in, he got out of it and has collapsed. A lot of concern, a lot of attention there. And you can see them carrying Ravalia, placing him on a stretcher. Oh, I don't know whether he's been ill or not. I haven't heard anything to that effect.
It appears that he seems to be dehydrated. We know for sure that he's got a lot of bruising under his left rib cage as a result of the accident on the mountain on Friday.
One car certainly making progress into the top 10 in quite a hurry. It's the one that created a lot of publicity a month or so leading into Bathurst. The number 41 BMW Motorsport entry, of course, of Gary Brabham and Juan Manuel Fangio. They are now up to position 8, and Fangio is at the wheel.
And as you can see now, raining again. And Jim Richards, car 44, there's some kind of problem. I think I've detected some smoke from the car.
Yeah, I saw that earlier on, in fact, and I think it's a question of limp round and take it into the pits, and that's exactly what he's doing. So Jim Richards, I think, may very well be in for a longish stop.
Running 7th. Richard comes in, and this is really going to be a test here for the final hour of the World Touring Car Championship round.
12 seconds gone, and it is torrential down here at the moment. The rain's driving sideways, freezing cold. Steve Soper still in the car, Pierre Dieudonné standing by, and the track is now very, very wet, and it's gale force. Just on 30 seconds was the stop then for Soper, and as you can see, they've gone for a full grooved wet tyre. There's pandemonium down here.
I'm not saying it's blowing a gale, ladies and gentlemen, but it almost blew our 3 lap scorers off the balcony roof here in front of us. And there they are, assisting our race score people.
They've forgotten lunch.
Yes. And if there was any refuse on the ground down below, they'll find it at Orange sometime tomorrow.
The flagpoles along the main straight bending almost double at some points with the strength of this wind. It is just phenomenal.
The yellow flags are out at the moment. I think I just saw the pace car going out. It's actually hailing here at present. It's freezing cold, and we're standing by for the other Texaco Sierra. And if you've ever seen some sensational pit activity, you've never seen anything until what you're going to see in the next few minutes.
Chicotto's car has got some very heavy damage to the front, and here's the reason why the pace car's out.
That's the reason up on the top part of the mountain.
Yes, one of the Toyotas, car number 91, that's the Faulkner entry.
I think it's both of the Toyotas,
Is it?
actually, Wilcap.
Yeah, he's got one wheel that's virtually right off.
That's the 24 car, the Bajan Bauquet car in the background, the 91 Toyota, and there's another car here about to get collected. Oh,
that's the Brabham Fangio car.
Yep.
That's going to stop it completely. Even the pace car won't. Oh, yes, it will.
There's room for it to get through. So long as there's room, the pace car will stay out. That's why the pace car's here, so a race can still continue, albeit under controlled conditions.
Still can't identify the car on the right-hand side of the circuit, the third of the cars involved in the major part of this incident. The Fangio car you saw also was involved there on the way through, but it's still moving, pushing the Bauquet car off the infield now. Chicotto wending his way slowly. Look at the front left wheel. The flags are out, the pace car is out.
And not only that, Klaus Ludwig, who's just leaving the pits now, is going to be held at the pit exit, and he's going to lose a lap on the lead car.
Now we've got some replays coming up for you that will help to explain the sequence of events here. Let's have a look.
That's the first of the Toyotas.
Looks like 91.
Bang, there's the next one, straight in it.
Car
Torn
90.
the wheel off. Next one.
Bauquet.
Bauquet, maybe oil on the road up there. He's trying to steer the thing. The wheel has run off the other Toyota, and Bauquet at this stage gets the shimmies on and props at the top of the hill. Another replay for you as they come up over the top of West End Bend. Boom! Whoop.
That was the Chicotto car.
That was Johnny Chicotto.
The pace car is now on the racetrack. The wreckers are already on the spot to try and clean up the mess of the two Toyotas. Here's another replay. This, of course, was the other BM trying to squeeze through. Wait for this. Akihito Nakaya was trying to get through. Brakes on. Oh, what a feeling.